Oh yeah. A little bit louder. Hello, everybody. Welcome. How you doing? This is Chili Pop. I haven't made sounds for the right hand yet for these grooves. So this is like a groove from Chill Guitars, which is the previous library of this stuff. Anyway, hello. My name's John Skippy Limcool, hands together, head bowed. Welcome to all of you to our Saturday live stream. We do this insanely every Saturday. It's fun. We like to get together and hang out around the watering hole, I guess you would call it. Let's see, how come I get this before? Oh, there's the mic. Go away. There. That way it's as close as it can be without you seeing it. Anyway, I'm John Limcool. I own pluginguru.com. And there's a lot to show you today. It's all Plugin Guru related for the most part. I don't have new plugins released, stuff like that. My daughters. I love my kid. I am a lucky guy to have an awesome kid. Anyway, I hope you all had a great week. I have some surprises for you. Let's start like this. There's a sale going on, and I'm doing something kind of fun. I like to have fun with this stuff too. I'm Gemini, so it can't be the same. Every sale has to be different. Can't do the same thing twice. Let me see here. Let me sign out so I can show you this page without it being a mess. Hello? Can you please let me go over here? And it won't let me go over here. Okay. No, I want to go here and... One second. I have something to show you. My site, because I'm streaming, the internet is being very, very slow. So, I'll go over here. Log out. I want to log out. Yes, please. Log out. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is my website, pluginguru.com. This weekend, by the way, is the last weekend for the Omnisphere 2 library at its introductory price, and also the Devastation library at their introductory prices. I'm supposed to have it set up so that I can have sales going on, multiple sales going on, and the discounts being added. I'm being told it's not working. Anyway, if you hit the Blazing Hot Summer sale, that will take you to this page that shows you libraries that are currently on sale. And there were 10 on sale last week. I'm changing today to 10 new libraries. In fact, I added the Airwave bundle and Airwave Volume 1. I haven't updated the text. This is a new version of the Airwave library, and I will explain that in a minute. If you have any requests for a library you want to have on sale for this week, put it into the chat. And if I see it, I will add it to the 10 libraries that will be on sale. I'm going to put, I have ideas for some other ones, but since I have 80 libraries, I could have a sale every week of 10 libraries and never be the same. But let me know what you think of what should be on sale in the chat, and I will add it. Yes, I was not here last week. Oh, I saw that, Daniela. Thank you. Daniela got the Native Instruments bundle. You rock. Thank you. This sale, the products you see on this page are going away except for Airwave after this live stream when I have time to edit and remove these from this sale page and stuff. So if you want to get some of these libraries, Tim Dale's 5 Epic library is on sale for like $60, which is just a steal. So Tim's probably here in the chat. So yeah, there he is, Tim Dale Music. His work is here and it's on sale 45% off. But the Airwave library, Airwave, was never an exclusive And he decided he wanted to start up his own little website, and he sells Airwave in his own presentation. There's no artwork, there's no categorization for the patches and stuff like that, but all the patches are there. Most importantly, he went through all 160 patches. There. I hate fingernail issues. I have a fingernail clipper with me at all times, or else I will just drives me crazy. You guys get to see my real life. Isn't it great? Anyway, he went through every one of the Airwave Volume 1 patches and updated them so that they... Oh, I'm still there. Darn it. He updated the patches to like Volume 3, where there are 4 MIDI CCs assigned to every patch. And so I spent the last hour before the live stream frantically, like crazy, here in Unify with the Airwave Volume 1 library, calling up a patch. Taking a second to refresh and load Omnisphere. Going to the patch. First time it loads, it's slow. After this, it goes fast. Going to the Airwave library, which in Omnisphere, it's now called Airwave Volume 1 AW. The file at the website you download will have AW at the end of the name so that you know it's new. I would click to load the new patch, and then I would save. And then I went to the next patch, and I double click Omnisphere, and I would click the patch, and then I would save. I also redid all of the macro knobs. It used to be that these 3 knobs, filter, chorus, and pump, were knobs 2, 3, and 4. I moved them. And these are set up by default. Our default CC parameters are CC2, 4, 67. You can right click to change this to any MIDI CC you want, but these are the ones that we set up. Actually, we set these up because Airwave did Airwave Volume 3. That's when we started the 4 MIDI CCs with Omnisphere patch libraries. So now what happens is these patches have all of this stuff that you can do to the patches. Before, it was only the mod wheel. But now there's 3 other A's, 3 CCs. To do all sorts of things to all 160 patches. So you go to the ARP, say I'm 2800. Now, this to me is actually one of the most important libraries ever made for Omnisphere. Honestly, humbly, I love my libraries. I think they're up there in the top list as well for some of them. But this library in particular it's an absolute programming masterclass in every patch. Every one is a story and there's a lot to learn. Airwave made all sorts of BPM kicks. In Unify, it's really fun. You can just click. You got a kick. Now, the way it works inside of here, when you add a new Unify layer, it hasn't assigned any MIDI CCs. So whatever layer 1 is that you loaded first, actually, you know what? I take that back. Because it's MIDI CC driven. Ah, good. So you can have so much fun. They're set up and thought out so that the MIDI CCs work. And because we're using MIDI CCs, then I don't have to worry about assigning. That's so nice. So you can go crazy. This is changing all 4 patches because they're all listening to MIDI CCs. And this library goes all over the place. It's pretty insane. You can get to down here, BPM drum, these Hollywood bangers. These are really, really cool for like the... and because of Unify, we can say Unify layer, we could add 3 of these. To do just crazy. So it's a very, very nice update. Everybody that owns the Airwave library, just log into your account. I have already updated the pages so that you will see an Airwave Volume 1 AW file to download. If you have a category, there's bundles, and there's a, if you have where you don't see it, please let me know. But version 2 on, I don't understand, Bernie, what you mean, Boini. Yeah. Everyone, I do not feel the immense pressure to purchase Omnisphere. Yes. Well, you don't have to buy Omnisphere for sure. I mean, I will tell you quite honestly that the customers that buy Omnisphere are the customers that have kept me alive and in business, because they tend to buy libraries more than the people that buy other plugins. Typically professionals, people that can afford a $400 plugin, they're going to buy patch libraries. You should be able to drag and drop, because well, yeah, the names are all the same of everything inside of the Airwave library. I did not update any of the, and I would say that thing I said about Omnisphere, that's changed with Unify, because so many of you guys are supporting Unify libraries, and I appreciate that. So it used to be that I leaned really heavily on surviving off selling Omnisphere libraries, and I don't have to rely on that anywhere nearly as much as I used to. So, and it's changed too. I mean, the Diva library has sold really, really well. Thank you to all of you that have bought that. It's really, really cool. So you'll see other libraries for other plugins coming, because you guys are there already. That isn't Omnisphere. I love it. Well, you know, Omnisphere is its own thing. It's the #1 selling synthesizer and software of all time for reason. It's a wonderful synthesizer. You don't have to own it. You can accomplish all your dreams in sonic music production without it, for sure. But it is a nice synthesizer. Okay? I just wanted to tell you this library is out. There's an update for it, and it's on the 40% off sale this coming week, and it's already on the sale page. And I'll add more stuff. Signs of Life is going to get added to this, so forth. Just want to let you know that that's there. So, as somebody has mentioned, one thing I did this week is I updated Labs from Spitfire Audio. Since the last update in February, those guys at Labs, they just keep cranking them out. There's 5 new libraries available for Labs, and I have made the patches for each of those libraries. Foghorn, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Venus Theory. Cameron is a good guy and has made some special sound design versions of this sample. The Foghorn, it's a single sample from a huge foghorn at an island. Oh, I'm layered. So here, let's have fun for a minute. Let's load a couple of these up. Anyway, so fun stuff. So Foghorn, one thing I will point out, for some reason for the Venus Theory patches, they decided to stop the map at C3. And I thought that was, with this tune parameter being able to go up and down 3 octaves, I was able to fudge. and get it to where instead of you having only this range, I now have it able. And arguably, it's not a foghorn up here, but it could be very, very cool. Add the reverb. Take it down an octave. It's cool stuff. So Foghorn has been updated. There was also tape piano. There was Mika's choir, which is a gentleman singing. Which, if you layer that with the other library called choir, is really interesting. It becomes really nice. Let's say the long, as a Unify layer, turn down Mika a little bit, and you can get a little bit more human in. Maybe let's put Mika into a really nice room reverb or a hall. Turn it down a little bit. It's nice. So those can be layered to do really cool things. The tape piano is really nice. The first tape piano being a little bit more the normal. Let's get down here to tape piano. As you can see, in large caps is the name of each of the libraries. Mainly for lo-fi, where you went kind of broken piano. The other ones get even more broken. And there's stability. I call it instability because definitely makes it more unstable. There's noise. Right? Things like that you can add. Then it gets even broken. But Labs is free. And it's 26 gigabytes of interesting samples. As a plugin. Here's Labs, the plugin. And what's fun is inside of Unify, you can layer these just by changing it to Unify layer and going through. There's over 283, I think, patches. So we could go to the pads, like add a piano pad, like Impure. And let's add a pedal pad. There's all sorts of really cool things. Opia. You can make really cool texture things. Super easily, very, very fun. We did a thing where Guru Nation, a lot of you guys were here and participated. So there's bonus patches at the end of the list. Quite a few bonus patches, all sorts of. Now this was crashing. I was trying to be on time for my live stream start. For some reason with my current setup, some things were crashing. So hopefully I don't call up anything that, if it crashes, it crashes. But anyway, there's pads, there's some really, really, really cool guitar. Really cool stuff. Made by different programmers. If you go to the list, there's quite a few of you guys that some of you I don't see in the list, but we had like something like over 30 people contributed. Daniela contributed, all sorts of stuff, all sorts of people. So we have So if you want to get this and you're not sure how, you would go to Spitfire Audio. And here is the spitfireaudio.com. because we don't want to always see the bookmark. And you'd go to free, and then you go to labs. And I don't know if there's anything that you need to do. You just hit getting started, which is going to take you to how to get labs. Yeah, they have all these videos for stuff, but they'll all tell you about getting the download. Let's see if we go to... download all. Anyway, you need to get to where you can find their it's going to go through the whole list. Thank you. Somewhere there is a place to download their installer, which is what you need to get. And I'm not sure where that's at. You can log in and find this installer, and then it will give you the, once you download the installer, here I can show you the Spitfire installer. It says my name in the corner. I don't think that's dangerous. My email address. Anyway, you'd go to the labs page, and then you can see all of the libraries, and you can click an install button to install them. As you can see, I have finally gotten into where all of them say that they're installed. It's so funny. They were installed, but quite a few would still say install. So I have finally gotten it to the point where it shows all of them being installed with no updates. So at that point, now, this library has, as you can see, all of these libraries by titles. And I made a video recently where I showed you how if you right-click, say reveal in the Finder, if you have no plans of ever using the scary strings or downloading it, and you don't want to see those patches, you can just delete them. Right-click and say move to your trash, and then rebuild the library with a little lightning bolt, and you can get rid of any of these patches that you're not going to use, you're not going to install the library. Be aware, these Z patches rely on you having most all of the libraries. So each one's going to call up some different samples and patches from that library. So if you don't have all of them, there's chances that some of these won't work. So, and you can see this says glass piano for the ones that are glass piano. And it's really fun. It's a really cool marriage of, these are the Spitfire Labs sounds. And then we say mute, mute, and instead we say solo these guys. This is Unify. Oh, yeah. So I was showing you the Unify sounds, and then here's the Spitfire audio, the two sounds. And together make really, really cool, nice. But it's calling up 5 patches to do it. So it's far more complex than just the simple patches that you would get if you only had the Labs plugin. Again, yay, Unify. Okay, so that is available. That has been updated. Let me check the chat. I got word. Oh, it's just the Spitfire app. Okay. Well, just to clarify, the Foghorn wasn't done by Venus Theory. Venus Theory did some sound design and modified the original samples of the library to make these new patches down here that are VT based. So while the original was, right, you know, he did a very, very nice job of making more and more. But he didn't make this from scratch. I mean, he added elements to this. And Reverb isn't working. What's going on here? Plug-in 1. Oh, this is the Reverb. Oh, that's what it is. Yes, this is the reverb inside the plugin. I moved to page 2. There is auxiliary effects. I was like, where's my massive reverb? So auxiliary effects is your massive reverb, which these need to be an octave lower. That's where these really, really stand out, but they're great. So it's cool. Yeah. And Piano Book is another thing that they have done, as you can see, that's on the free list. This gets into considerably more memory. I'm going to talk to them. I'm waiting on a few things on our side. Maybe in the future that might be more worthwhile for Piano Book. We don't handle samples in quite the way that I want for dealing with large sample maps. We don't do streaming. And that's something I hope we add in the future. And then Piano Book would be more viable. Right now, to load Piano Book, it would have to load the entire sample. When you're using Contact and when you're using the simple sampler that's been made, those are able to stream samples where it has just small parts of the samples in memory, and then most of the samples are on your hard drive. And you play the sample and it actually plays just that little trigger, and that gives it time for the hard drive to get to the hard drive and start reading the sample from your hard drive. So it doesn't have to take up internal memory. Unify doesn't work that way right now. So if it's a 4 gigabyte piano, then it has to load all 4 gigabytes into RAM. So that makes Piano Book not very realistic, unless you want all your memory to go away really quickly. So that's one of the reasons why we haven't supported Piano Book, because that's its system, and we don't have a system yet in place that can stream. So anyway, this is a really cool thing for labs. All of these libraries are interesting, really, really fun. Watch the video I just did if you want to get more information. It's just the video before this one. I released it on Friday. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what our chat is talking about. Yes, no, Cameron was not on a boat. If you watch the video, he actually has video of the team that sampled the foghorn. They were in the UK. They went out and they acquired the samples of this huge foghorn. They sent it to him, and then he did his work to the samples. It's very, very cool. Very creative work. It's a good job. Very nice. Jordan Rudess does use Unify. Yeah, he used it on the latest Dream Theater album. He's working on a new solo album where he's using it some. He is a very dear friend. He's basically like a brother from another mother for me. So I have been friends with Jordan for many years. We were both working at Korg at the same time together, way before Dream Theater, back when he had hair. And we were doing the Wave Station. We actually toured and played. I played actually drum kit with the Korg S3 drum machine triggered from a drum track, while either Jack Hotop and Jordan or John Bowen and Jordan were on Wave Stations playing the musical parts. We played both in Germany at the Frankfurt Music Messe in, I think, 1993. And then we toured Japan, and we played a couple places in Japan. It was very, very fun. Okay, so Labs has been updated. Airwave Volume 1 has been updated. The new library. Can't wait to show you guys. So I did a library about a year ago called Chill Guitar Phrases. And that's this library here. I'm going to show you that first, and then I'll show you how we have taken it quite a few places farther than here. So if you go down here through this, here's the phrases. Let's say we set it to 100 beats per minute. And I'll set my DAW to 100 beats per minute. And this was a library of really cool guitar phrases. And they don't loop. They're designs that you could go to any other library that has drums. Let's see. Let's go to lo-fi, because this has some really cool lo-fi kits, which will be inside of the Chili libraries. So if we go Unify Drum, And we go to the BPM drums. I made this drum kit called Lo-Fi. That's going to be in the new library. So we could say load this and... And there's all these different phrases. Wherever you play on the keys, it's a different phrase. Only guitar. And only 2 measures long. Then it stops. The new library, Chili Pop, is from the same team called Sample Gods, where they have taken it much farther. As you can see, this is only for the 75 beat per minute. Each phrase is available as a separate because for a lot of these, there's 2 variations. Some there's 3 variations, all the way up to 8 variations. So if I set this to, let's do this. Let's play a faster version. So let's see. I'm loading. Oh, hold on one second. Go to normal. Let's say 8 variations. And let me load this up and change it to be, we don't have, Taylor's making these right now, but if we go, say, to the 100 set, and I'm at 100 beats per minute, so now, let's see, is it going to play, or is it broken? Oh, I'm down an octave. So these are more full production variations. And you can turn on the drums. And play them. So this is more for full music production. And they're 4 measures long. So you have just the simple ones. All the same tools you hear like the first version, so you can add distortion. Add reverb, pulsing. Right, so you got all these things to break them up, but there's all these different phrases. So if I go to the 100 beats per minute, 1 phrase from each, there's 54 different sets of, there's the first. These are all the songs you can work with from this library. Turn on the drums. And if you go up here to these jams, I think that's on number 4. So if I go to number 4. Now you have drums and the phrase. I sampled some huge sub basses. So now you can do the whole thing. So you have all of these really, really fun phrases. This is a big library. It's like 3 gigabytes in size. But you can spin. I have it set so it still shows you the chord progression. So this is all B flat. So you can filter it out. So for all sorts of music production, and there's a drum groove knob. So if you don't like the drum groove, you can change. If you want, you can like do random stuff like this. Do some swingies. And I'm gonna have, there's more drum patterns and stuff to make. This is coming out next week. can't wait. If Taylor and me can get everything done, we have an awful lot to do. Because anytime you come to a phrase, like say E flat minor, right? The number 8 B flat minor phrase. If you want, you can open up the layer that's going to be the right hand. I haven't made right hand patches yet. But if you want, you can actually open up this layer and it will go to the Chili Pop library. And you can go to phrase number 8. Let's go over here to phrase 8. There's 5 variations. And now see. Now I'm currently calling up the slow variation because I haven't made the 100. We have, this is one set of 50, what was it, like phrase, 54 phrases. So if we go to number 8, we haven't made the sample map yet for number 8. So there's going to be 54 times 6 because we don't have real-time sample manipulation for tempo. So each set has to be made at the different tempos. And the tempos are 75, 85, 100, 110, 120, and 128 beats per minute. So if you call up the phrase at 120, I have a different bass, different drum groove. Some work better at some tempos, but they're all great. They're beautiful. And again, the chord progression is here. If you go to the sample maps for these, let's see if we get all the way in. This is a deep library. It's kind of using all of the tools inside of Unify. But here, each one of the 54 phrases tells you the chord progression instead of just being sample number 5, sample 6, and so forth. I've done all the work to set it up so that it tells you what the chord progressions are for each one of these. So it's a phrase-based library that gives you access to all these really, really cool song starters to work with and play with. So, return of the 80s shakuhachi. Yeah, well, it's in there for some of these phrases for sure. You can have it almost go out for the verses. Are you ready for the chorus? Right? Change the drum groove up when you get to that part. Just to give you all sorts of fun things to play with in a different direction. I like doing lots of different things. So this is next. It will be out next week. Loving the grooves. Yeah, there's all sorts of really cool. The phrases are all over the place, but they are all creative. It's really, really nice. They did a really nice. Triplet feel. I love this one. I hear so many song ideas for that. It's not even funny. It's definitely one that could go into like the Every note takes you to a whole different thing in the chili pop kind of thing. Some are funky. And the whole library will be available in WAV format too, so you can shoot these into your DAW and work with them from there. So any chance you could add some sort of, this chord is being played in Unify. Interesting. We haven't done that yet. I mean, well, so here's the thing. So Marcus, we do have, when you get to these jams up here, it tells you what chord is being played for the phrases. And when you get to these individual sets where you go to number 11, here's the 5 variations. This is 75 beats per minute slow. The very first thing right up here it says is it's E minor, D, and A minor, and B. So I haven't made them yet, but there will be the sub basses that are in this library. So if we go add an empty layer and we set the maximum top note at B and we make this Guru sampler and we go to the chili pop phrases in basses. It's good to be ringing out a little bit. Let's filter it. And then because they're sub basses, I set it to re-trigger. So if you play a new one, it cancels the previous note. There. It's ringing out maybe a little bit more than I want. So let's go over here. So now I can play. And I can play the bass. Right? Now this bass, there's some things we can do. I can get the sample start to skip some of that attack. I could put a pitchy G on it, like one shot, and have it be custom. About 5. There, that's a little bit better than that. Let's filter it even more. There. A proper sub. There. Now, some of these, as you can see, have bass in them. So if you're going to put your own bass in, you wouldn't want to use this. Play E. That's without bass. Now you can play your own bass. And maybe you don't want any attack at all, because for a lot of sub basses, it's just body. So just start later in. So let's do this. I'm going to I like this patch. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to say Control and Shift to copy this setting. I'm going to go to an existing bass patch. Get rid of this and hold Shift and click. There. Now I have it just as a bass with the right kind of settings supporting it. Let's call it bass. Chili sub 1, and we're going to save this to the Chili Pop phrases, bass, synth bass, dark, sub, boom. And it's just made by yours truly. And I'll fill in the comments, save as. And it's there, saved. So now when I go to Chili Pop, I'll have at the top of the list that bass patch shows up. So now the way that we're designing all of the phrase sets is they all start on C3. So now I could go down here, I could go to bass, right click and say load into Unify as a new layer. I'm gonna use Control to drag and bring this down to C3. And again, this says up here, it's E flat minor, D flat minor, C minor. So, oh, I need it to be one more lower so it doesn't play there. So there we go. So it's E minor. And I have different variations. Just the elements. Right? So I'm trying to make this as flexible of a phrase. There's so many phrase libraries and they give you no information. They give you the wrong chords. They don't give you any support stuff to work with, right? And then you have to build the whole thing. So, oh, Ivar, no. I'm not going to be bringing up my own keyboard. Blue Arp, which comes with you, already does have chord identification, but doesn't work very well. Yeah. Yeah, so you guys are talking good over there. That's great. Yeah, you can see chord progressions and stuff inside of some of the DAWs, inside of Logic. If I have this like this, if I play a chord, it will tell you the name of the chord I played. But it can't, I don't think it can analyze that from actual sample data and give you the name based on sampled, audio files and stuff like that. But so this library is still in the works, but we should be able to get everything together for a launch next week, maybe 1 week after that. Just depend. I really want this to be done right before we let it out. But yeah. Each bass. I love this one. Just like, all just like serious, like, whoa. What the heck is that? Just all beautiful subby sub. So that's what we were working on. So that's really, really fun. Wouldn't really need it. It's just keys being pressed, like in Logic. Yeah, so that's something we can look into. We don't have that built into Unify, but as others are pointing out, there are MIDI effects that can do that type of thing. So anyway, that's what's going on. We still have about 30 minutes left to play. Any questions? But if you do a vid or in Pro Tools plugs, yeah, no, Unify is available for AAX, for Pro Tools. Any of the videos that you watch on Unify, just put it into Pro Tools and it works the same way. The cool thing with the Pro Tools version is it's also the gateway to get all of your VST, VST3, and audio unit plugins to work inside of Pro Tools. So that host capability is there, and it works really, really well. The latest update that we just released for this beta version that people are working with, there's not an AAX plugin because Avid has not updated AAX and Pro Tools to Apple Silicon. So we can't release an Apple native AAX format plugin until until Avid does that. So can you play some more patches from Devastation? Sure. So Devastation is made by Fred Nonga, a wonderful French friend of mine outside of Paris. This is a cinematic library for Diva, but it can work for pop, for all sorts of things. And you can layer, of course. So if we layer a couple of these auto... They're a little loud, so let's hold down Option and turn down the volume of all the... Nice. Play 3 notes. Still loud. And this is one of those cases where you might want to like right click on each of the layers for the sound that you made that is working for the right hand. And we can go over here to basses. He's got some really, really cool basses. Let's say To the Battle. Load into Unify. And there's so many ways to do it, but I like to use right click because then you can just change the note range by click and drag. So now he's down a couple octaves too low. So let's go plus 24. Okay, maybe that's not the patch we want. So it's, I got a bass line. So let's go B, S are the basses that are just sitting there. And what's fun, check this out. I don't know if you guys have done much of this, but because this is a Unify layer and it's already key zoned, right? You can open up this Unify layer and now turn on this load into Unify layer and add extra patches. They're forced to respect the key range of the top setting. So I can add 3 patches to this and they're all automatically assigned to play, and they won't play in the right hand. Right? Then we could go to Cloud City, because Cloud City is one of my favorite libraries I've done, and go to BPM drums. And let's say drums like this, because this is one of the libraries where I let everything transpose. So the drums will transpose up and down the keyboard if you play, but turn it to drum, and now they won't transpose. And we could say smooth, and let's say MIDI box groove 1, and right? So it's so dang easy and fun to do crazy stuff. And again, I could go to like hip smooth, and let's go down here and say Unify drum, go to some BPM perk. Where's the BPM perk? And let's go to the world kit, because these are just using a single drum kit, but they're really, really cool. And we could say load that. Right? I I don't know. It sounds pretty good, doesn't it? So let's play some more of the Diva. I kind of got sidetracked a little bit there, but devastation is right here from Subsonic Artz. Incredible pads. These are really, really lovely. A fun way to use these is with other pads, of course. So go down here to Unify. The nice thing with Unify's pads is it's super CPU efficient. So you can say Unify layer, let's say like Grand Tetons, and turn it down a little bit, and add mellow jaws. Let's go back to Subsonic Artz. Let's add another part. We're still at Unify layers. So let's go synth, dark vision. Pretty cool. Let's see some of the other things like dancing particles. Again, the mod wheel does all sorts of really cool things. Oh, that's right. PL is pulse. So these have a pulse. I would normally call that BPM pads because you're going to play chords. But anything you click, let's go to Unify layer. Let's layer a couple pulses. There, that's a little bit more complimentary. And again, since this is Divas on separate layers, that means it's using different CPU threads, so I can play these and my computer isn't gonna be mad at me. We can go up here to the ARP, which is AR, and like choose like yeah. Right. Can you show how to set up a patch that can handle pitch bend like a pedal steel guitar? Ah. Well, I'm not sure exactly. What do you mean by a pedal steel guitar, where it glides and so forth? So Ivar says he misses a electric piano from the DX in this. We could add that in a heartbeat by clicking the plus layer, add instrument, go to the DX to the keyboard, and there's 3 different banks of over 90 electric pianos. Just add it. Then solo this layer and open DX. And now the DX7 by default, its velocity range didn't hit 127 originally, so the keyboard at 127, I'm not playing that hard, it's full velocity, so Let's give it better curvature so it plays better. And let's add a chorus, which is kind of the same as adding 2 or 3 TX816 modules without having it to be 3. And let's add a little, like maybe, I love the hall reverb from Dragonfly. So there, add that. Let's turn everybody down and then turn up the electric piano. Ivor, I bet you like that a lot. Good. I'm glad. The goal is to keep you guys inspired and writing and being creative and doing all of that stuff. Remember, if I wanted this patch to be here, I'll give this to you guys. So if I go over here and I go save layer preset, and let's put this into DX, and we're going to call this the Dreamy TX Dino Piano. Save. So now anytime that I am coming to, let's say, let's go back to the pads, right? And you can do this yourself. When you save a layer preset, what that means is, let's go to pads. Let's find a pad that I like. That'd be nice with the electric piano, I think. So it's pure. So all I have to do is go layer, add instrument, go to the DX bank. Here it is. Just by clicking this, it's going to replace this initialized layer with DX, which has a silky chorus and the reverb. It does not save the key zone. So you need to just modify this to get it to where... Right? Right? Now, if you want this layer preset, let's do this. So we go settings, and we go to open the data folder. This will open up the whole big data folder. I'm going to go to presets, layer presets, instrument layers, DX. And here it is. So I'm going to compress this, and I'm going to put this into Dropbox, and then I'll give you a link. And what you need to do, we'll do the steps together in a second. So I'm going to go Unify freebies. Let's see, why is this messed up? Unify. Oh, it's Plugin Guru freebies. So Unify libraries, say layer presets. There. Just to try to keep things somewhat organized. It's very easy to lose organization of this stuff. So I'm going to put this here into layer presets. Copy the link. Go back to you guys and paste the link there. Yeah, FM is very nice, and it is on sale for a crazy price. I worked on that plugin a little bit. It's very, very nice. So if you download that layer preset, what you're going to get this here, right? So your steps to install this. Let's do it together. So you double click to unzip it, and you get this file. And now you need to put this file into a special place. So, and you can go back, this video is saved, so you can go back and watch these steps, but you hit the settings button, And then you would say data folder open. And this will all be closed. So let's close it all up. So you go to the presets, to layer presets, to instrument layers. This is some instrument layer means it's a plugin layer, to DX. And right here, you'll just click and drag. I have to say replace because I have the file already there. I can delete this one. And by doing that, the next time that you click the little plus layer button, Unify quickly scans. When you go to the DX FM, there it is. Dreamy TX Dyno Piano. So let's say that we're inside of Unify. Sorry, my throat's a little. And let's say I go to something like Wood Flute. And I could say I wanted to add another layer. Let's add something like Mellow Jaws. And now I want that piano. All I have to do is go plus layer, instrument, DX, Dreamy. And because I'm doing this from plus layer, it's going to add a new layer because the plus will always add a new layer, DX. But I didn't load the right file. You can always change that with this bullet over here. Because at the bottom is that same layer preset option. So you can go DX, Dreamy, TX. And I need to change the key range to be about half of that. And if there's too much reverb, it's a little soapy. Just bring that down. And bring down the auxiliary if you want, make it cleaner. Right? So, there you go. A freebie for you guys to play with. Because adding of layer presets is one of the secret things in Unify. You could take your favorite patches. Let's say init. Let's say, favorite instruments. Let's say inside of Hive, there's some patches that I really like. So I could go through, I could play the different patches. Let's say we go to keys. Let's say I like your little retro key. All you have to do is go to this little bullet and go save layer preset. Now I don't have a folder for Hive, so you say new folder, He Hive 2. Create, and this is a retro, and let's say key, retro key, save. And I have saved that patch as a layer preset. Search a little more. Let's say that there's a distorted EP. So we go save layer preset. Key, distorted EP. And let's get down here and make sure we double click the Uhi Hive 2 library. Save. Let's open this up, find some more. That's cool. Astro keys. So save. Oh, wait. Cancel. Go to the little bullet. Key. Astro keys. Excuse me. My gosh. All right. Save. So I've made 3 layer presets for Hive 2. So that means I could be playing in any patch. Let's go over here to just loading normal and say we call back up Padworthy. And I know this is an octave down for the key, so I'm going to transpose it up. And now when I go to the layer preset, there's a new folder here called Hive 2. And here they are. So I could say Astro keys. So you could do this with any plugin, with any of your favorite patches for that plugin, so that now, my ear's itching, in the future, instead of having to load the plugin on a new layer, open the plugin, search for the patch, load the patch, all you have to do is use the little plus, go to your folder for the plugin that you want to load something from, and call it up. Distorted EP. It's that easy to use layer presets. It's one of the secret things of Unify. Well, it's not secret. It's just a lot of people might not be using that as efficiently as you could. So it's a great way to quickly call up things that you want to have access to on a regular basis. If you're working on a film score or an album project and you want to have certain colors that you're using throughout the album or the film, you could make a new folder inside of the layer presets called, cinematic whatever film or whatever it is you're working on for your project, and save presets from any plugin. It doesn't have to be just one plugin. I could call this my favorite keys. Like, say I wanted to get really messed up here. So if I go over here to this, say open, go to the presets, at any time I can change it. So let's go layer presets, instrument layers. Instead of being Uhi Hive, I'm going to call it cool keys, right? Cool keys, my absolute faves, right? I'm going to then close this, and now I could use anything. So let's say keyscape. I want some keyscape in there. So go Omnisphere. Don't tell me anything about negative Omnisphere stuff. I'm just at one patch from keyscape, okay? So keyscape library, and I really love the mellow. So here's the C7 mellow. And for this layer, I want it to be down an octave, and I want my own reverb on this. I love the water verb. A little bit longer. Okay. Go to the layer preset, say save layer preset. Here it is. Cool keys, my absolute faves. And I could call this keyscape. CAPE with water verb love. So I love that one, for example. And now when I'm working on my film and it comes time to use that sound, and I first was using, let's say, chord station or something like that, and I had a string sound. Let's go, winds. Winds would be really cool with this. So let's go to the winds. Chord station. Maybe we'll use something like softest snowfall as a pad. And so this is going to call up winds and various elements that give us a nice mellow sound, which would be complementary for a film. It'll take a minute for Spitfire's players to show up. They're still on break. But go to Layer Plus, go to Keys, Keyscape with Water Verb Love. It adds a new layer, loads up Omnisphere, sets Keyscape, adds the Water Verb, and now, this has a filter max on the master effects, which is filtering it to be really soft. This is soft as snowfall, so it's supposed to be really, really soft. So bring the filter up, or just bypass it. Maybe turn everything down except for the piano. Maybe let's take this down another octave lower. So say minus 24 for the... There. Now I'm real ready for that sad scene. And if I want to add a little David Foster, I could go over here, cool keys. Actually, I put it into DX, right? So DX, Dreamy TX, and this will add a new layer, add DX. And if I remembered my key range, the window needs... There. Yeah, so we're starting to use a lot of power because we're loading up how many? 5 BBC, 6, 7 BBC plugins, plus Omnisphere, plus DX. It's going to be a little heavy. Plus, I'm live streaming in HD. So that there you go. So. Looking at the chat. Oh, where do I get the album? Yes, I did release an album. If you want to hear music, I actually need to make a video about this. You can find it on Spotify. You can find it on YouTube, all of the streaming channels. I am going to be putting it on Bandcamp. All you have to do, my artist name is Real Cool, REALKUHL. So here I am. And the album's called Featuring. This is music I did plus 25 years ago. Like a different lifetime when I lived in Los Angeles. All sorts of cool stuff. But you can listen to the album. These are all pieces that I collaborated with singers, or there's a dear friend of mine, a trumpet player called Charles Moore. He played on a number of the tracks. Yeah, came out really nice. So cool. All right. Any other questions? Anything else I can show you guys? Did you guys pop up anything that should be on sale this week? I'm just, I'm helpful. I want to help everybody out. So if there's something, let's see, is there anything else to show over here? I think oh, there's more artwork. I have more Chili Pop characters that will be coming with the library. So it's pretty silly. Let's see here. Hide. Yeah. So anyway, these are the 10 libraries that are on sale right now, but they're going to be going away shortly. So a new set of 10 libraries will be on sale starting probably in an hour. I'll give you guys an hour after this live stream to, yes, I need to get an M1 Ultra. Oh my gosh. Oh, yeah, well, I didn't play the same riff. Good. Yeah, get a piano teacher. In fact, I need a new piano teacher so I don't play my same riffs, whatever that is. Yes, sound logo inspiration. Okay, well, looks great. Thank you all for joining us today. It's been very fun, as always. I can show you some other Spitfire Labs stuff maybe for on our way out. Make sure you watch the video. I really had fun. There's a website I found that had copy domain, open to use drone footage. And so I wrote these pieces really quickly and then added the drone footage to them, and it came out looking really good. Oh, black. Yeah. There's so many things that are on sale. Everybody. Yeah, I like the patches Bram did for this library. So if you go authors to Bram, he made some really, really cool. Here's an overdriven whirly. Takes him in to load the samples. I'm playing new notes. Cello Madness was cool. Notice how he got into key ranges and the percentages and stuff like that for things. But all of these samples are in labs. It's great. Yes, I am working on a library with Novum, but that's not ready to announce yet. Got a lot of work to do. I will say the next library after Chili Pop is a favorite. Mega Magic Pads Volume 1 will be coming to Unify and has some really, really cool stuff to it. So be on the lookout for that, probably September. Yeah, Daniela, I don't know what to say. I saw your email. I don't know what to say. I don't know sound logo, and I'm not going to promote something on the stuff, so you can use Unify any way you want. So go for it. All right, shout out. Let's do our shout outs. Shout out from Portland. Yeah, you're welcome to make a sound logo. I'm not going to make a sound logo, but you can. Of course. My pleasure. Happy to give you guys inspirations. Why we're here every week. Give you new thoughts and processes. I got note from Shane. He is in Nova Scotia. He made it. So that's really wonderful. I'm really happy for him. All right, shout outs. Coventry Country, UK. Hi, Ian. I haven't seen your name here very often. Welcome. David's in Boulder, Colorado. David, thank you for the business this week and the email. It's really nice from you. Matt in UK, Switzerland. Hello, Björny. Ives, good to see you. In Florida. My daughter's in Florida, in Miami area right now. She's there for the rest of the weekend. Yeah, Shane's on the beach. Yeah, Daniela, go for it, sweetheart. You're welcome to do anything you want. I'm not making or doing anything with it. I have, I'm busy with a few other things. Kisaka-san, arigatou gozaimashita. Domo arigatou gozaimasu. Mark in Tucson. Hi, buddy. Nice to see you. Welcome. Tim, as always. He made it without welting. Yeah, it's just starting to warm up here in Portland again. We're going to be getting 100 degrees again. Oh, dude. No. No nudie promotion. Adult dating site. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, thank you so much for all you guys. Hello, Knight. K-Light in Wisconsin. Good to see you. Edinburgh, hello, Peter. Keith in the UK. Steve in San Diego, hello to the south. Darn bots. They're everywhere, aren't they? Well, thank you, Larry. I'm glad you liked the videos. Yeah, it was a fun video to do. I have a video this week to do on getting samples into Unify, because we now are set. There's Marcus in Sweden. Hello, Marcus. Yeah, this week we'll be doing the video on how to use these tools, because these are wonderful tools. Sample Mapper, Endless Wave are two tools that can loop samples and then map the samples. And when you save as an SFZ, you can, there's a settings in preferences you can turn on right here, export in Plugin Guru Unify format. It will save SFZs that Unify reads. So it's wonderful that you can make some, there's a little folder hierarchy that's maybe the most important thing to understand. So I'll be making a video on these tools. They are free tools. This looping is about as good as it's going to get for what I have found from anybody. And it does some really, really cool things. So I'll be showing these tools in the video. Be on the lookout for this week. And thank you. Yeah, Personal Flavours 2, Devastation. The sale prices in tomorrow night. So grab those if you wish to get those before their introductory sales are over. So good to see all of you. See you next week. Oh, I should show, let me show you one thing before we go. See if I can find this. We didn't have a live stream last week because I was in Eastern Oregon at my at my 40-year high school reunion. So I had the opportunity to hang out with 50-some other 58-year-old babes and dudes from Ontario High School in Eastern Oregon. That we graduated together, and we went golfing. A couple of my friends being silly. We went golfing. I had my drone. We played on a course with the nice Malheur Butte in the background in Ontario, Oregon. Very, very fun. So family reunion, high school reunion, got to spend some time with my family, my niece's birthday. So it was a nice break to get to see them. That's why we were not live streaming last week. But we're back. So we're all back. Unify needs the utility to add more hours to the day. Yes, very, very, very true. Taylor is here. Thank you, Taylor. Everybody, shout out to Taylor. Shout out to Taylor. Because he is working his, it's a huge amount of work. I did this first set of phrases, the 75, but he is doing the saving of the 85, 100, 110, 120, and 128. So that's over 250 patches he needs to make, plus do tech support, helping all you guys out that have questions as they show up. Yay, Taylor. Appreciate you, my friend. That's awesome. Okay, you guys have a great week, creative week, inspiring, find some good creative, write some fun music, and we'll see you next week, okay? Thank you as always for your business and support. We'll see you around. Okay. Bye.